Welcome. It's another CheapWineFighter.com podcast, and this is Champion Dave. And this is another wine we wrote up on the CheapWineFighter.com website, and after we write it up, we plug in the microphone and we talk about it. And what do we have here today? I think the last one we did was a $6 wine, so we decided to go even lower. Because as I recall, the $6 wine was pretty good. Will the $5 wine be pretty good? And this is the Motif Red Hills Cabernet Sauvignon 2020. The Red Hills is a sub-AVA of Lake County. Lake County is north of Napa, and it is east of Mendocino. The largest lake in California is in Lake County, hence the name. And this, the Red Hills, is on the southwest shore of that. The reason it's red is because of volcanic flows from a volcano from 10,000 years ago, which gives the soils a lot of minerals and, it's interesting soil. It's unique soil. Most of the vineyards, there's mountains there. Most of the vineyards are 2,000 feet up in the air. It's got the perfect wine type of grapes like warm days, cold nights. It's the start, stop. The sun gets so high up, the sun's got unadulterated access to the grapes, and it speeds up the little engines in the grape. The night, the cold air comes and slams everything shut. So it's always stop, start, and it takes a long, long growing season. So it's a great place for grapes to grow, and especially Cabernet Sauvignon grapes. Now I'm going to take a sip of this one. We're going to talk about this one in particular, and it's, like I said, $4.99. Yeah, it's not bad at all. I looked up, there's a California Wine COLA, that's an acronym, public registry. You can put the name of a wine in there and they tell you who made it. And a name came up to a mobile bottling line. I think they'd been around for like 25 years or something. A lot of wineries there don't want to invest in a bottling line for something they're going to use 2 weeks out of the year, in the fall, and the rest of the time not use it. So they will contract to get a bottler to come out, and they do it, and they only pay for what they need. It's a great thing. There's a bunch of bottling lines, and this bottling line also has a warehouse, a bonded warehouse, and a barrel warehouse for wine barrels, so people out that way can store the wines they're not using, which probably would give them access to a lot of wine bargains. Hey, we have this much of this. Do you know anybody who could use it? Well, maybe I can do something with it with Trader Joe's. One of those kind of things. I don't know that's what they did, but the circumstances suggest that. It could be a different scenario too. But a sub-AVA, wine, usually $5 wines are California on the label, comes from all over, you never know. And half the time they're non-vintage, they got some from this year, some from that year. And this is a sub-AVA 2020. It's got some bottle age, which also means that, no one puts a wine away for several years only to sell it for $4.99. So there's a story behind this wine. What it is, I am not sure of. So there you go. So what does it taste like? It tastes like a Cabernet Sauvignon. It actually does. Is it my favorite Cabernet Sauvignon in the whole wide world? And I would say no. Is my favorite $4.99 Cabernet Sauvignon? And it's like, yeah, easily. I'm going to take another sip. It tastes like a Cabernet Sauvignon. It has tannins. It has some chocolate. Chocolate's usually a barrel flavor. And, you don't expect barrel flavors or however I should say oak flavors. Doesn't always have to come from barrel. But since this has been sitting around for 3 years, it probably had barrel aged. This wine probably was a part of another brand or whatever somewhere along the line. Because you don't have a wine aging in barrel or in bottle this long. The back label says vented and bottled by, and that means typically that somebody else made it and whoever bottled it maybe aged it a little bit. So who, what, when, and where? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do know it's a bottling company, and I know Trader Joe's is selling it, and I know the label's really pretty. It's very intricate. It's actually in Boston, has gold and blues, and yeah, it's nice. It does not look like $4.99. It does not taste like $4.99. So there you go. I mean, what's a Cabernet Sauvignon? It's not really bright and alive. You know, it's not like the best of the best, but take another sip. It is one of those wines you got to let open up, and it kind of beguiles you a little bit once it does that. And any $4.99 wine that needs a little oomph, needs a little help, it's kind of okay with me. So this is not a bad wine for $4.99 from a sub-AVA. This is a really, really good Tuesday night wine. I mean, it would go great with burgers. It would go great with pizza. Yeah, so there you go. How low can you go? Well, you can go this low and be very happy. So like us, we like your podcast. Stay safe and warm. Spring's coming sooner or later. And take it easy, keep it cheap, and I'll be talking to you. Adios, bye-bye.